When Dendro released, many Hydro characters had an instant spike in usage, as it was necessary to have one of them to produce the bloom-based reactions. However, one of these characters was left to rot, Candace. She's easily the most underutilized Hydro character as of this current patch, and when she was first released, the only thing she was popular for was the brunt of a D's nuts joke. Why am I a part of this community again? Leaving my existential crisis for later, I wanted to have Candace be a main DPS, and 36-star Abyss with her. But I ideally wanted to do this without having to resort to the likes of Kazuha and Shenling, mainly as a challenge towards myself. First, I needed to level up Candace. She was only level 50 when I first started filming this video, and had only level 1 talents. So, it was time to get farming. What the? Yeah, wait, I have exactly enough to get her to level 9. Alright, cool, that's sick. Alright, so now she's level 90 with level 9 talents. Oh, but Tars, why aren't you crowning her? You did that for the rest of your videos. Unfortunately, the supply of crowns is rather low at the moment. I kinda want to save them for Hydro MC down the line. So no crowns, unfortunately, this time. Also, while I was activating Constellations, I noticed something about the Constellation pattern that seemed a bit off. This is illegal, my good sir.
Stop! You have violated the law!
It's actually this is literally law violation.
I'm pretty sure some graphics designer right now is rolling over in their grave. All they had to do was copy the one side of the design and then just flip it.
Like, see, now it's fine. And then you do this, and now you cannot unsee it.
Oh, no,
This is what Candace's logo should look like. This is what it actually looks like. Hey, look, if they did this intention by design, good on them, you know, they knew what they were doing. I think they probably just wanted to, you know, break the symmetry up a little bit, you know, ignore the obvious fact that it looks very similar to Star Wars Rebellion logo.
You gotta show that you're different, right? You gotta make yourself stand out.
Wait, we gotta color in the sections. Yeah, give me a second.
Eventually.
It took me 2 minutes to realize. I was
can't
like,
believe
wait a minute.
Actually done this.
This looks pretty similar to Star Wars. You should go take a look. Go take the look. Huh, it's pretty similar to the Rebellion logo. Puts it over like, oh, it's very similar to the Rebellion logo. Oh my god. Oh, I had a good laugh. I had a very good laugh. Now, back to our original topic. How do you build Candace as a DPS? To answer this question, we need to see how she can deal damage the best. Conveniently enough, KQM, or Kajingmain's website, has neat frame data on her abilities. Barring just HP stacking, it seemed like her best attack pattern was practically the same as Hutao's. Vaporized charge attack. Looking through the weapons I had available, the best one I could use was a Dragon's Bane. It gives much needed EM, and a guaranteed damage boost as Hydro and Pyro will constantly be applied. Didn't really have many other options considering I wasn't homeless enough to own Staff of Homa. That left us with the artifacts. Oh boy, where to begin with this? So I initially farmed 4-piece Heart of Depth while doing the Aloy video. It was the best set by far according to my initial calculations, and that was on March 15th or so. And it was going great! Until March 31st. Okay, this all looks pretty cool. Let me see. Is there anything interesting? Wait a minute. You have got to be joking me. The new artifact set released was approximately an 8% damage increase. Was I really going to try and farm a whole new 4-piece set within 2 weeks? So I had enough time to do team comp testing or just stick with Heart of Depth. I stuck with Heart of Depth because I already had good pieces, but that didn't really matter because at the end of the day, I didn't manage to get a 4-piece set of either, having to resort to 2-piece attack, 2-piece haunt. So my Candace is fully built. Really low HP, but you know, that's kind of how it worked out. Now, how was I gonna deal with my restriction? After all, the best pyro applicator is Xianling by far. Was there another way to do it? Well, yes and no. Many commentators from the Aloy video reminded me of Jean's existence. And it so turns out, Jean and Bennett have an interesting mechanic dubbed Sunfire. If you drop both of their bursts down at the same time, you'll consistently swirl pyro for a time. And this applies the element onto nearby enemies. This seemed like a consistent way to apply these elements, but I had to be within circle to do so. Hopefully no issues came about later on with this.
That's called foreshadowing.
I tried many other options for the 4th team member like Sucrose and Zhongli, but ultimately decided to use Nahida, just because of the fact that she gives a decent amount of EM, and also provides good damage, and accidentally made the Virgin comp in the process. Which only really relies on Candace as an enabler, and she's not a great one. On top of that, I kept getting interrupted frequently, which was also not great, as it would often lead to death. I tried several different team comps that didn't include Xianling or Kazuha, but I didn't really find a team comp that could really allow Candace to deal a significant amount of damage. And trust me, I tried for several hours. So in the end, I decided to utilize Xianling.
You could not live with your own failure. Where did that bring you? Back to me.
Xianling's inclusion allows for a significant amount of mobile pyro application, something I was extremely lacking with the circle barrier of Sunfire. With a consistent AoE application, it seemed better to not cancel Candace's charge attacks, as I could vaporize on multiple enemies at once. So that's why you'll see me not animation cancel much. I also don't own Hutao, so I actually don't have much practice with the animation canceling style at all. And you'll see that in the Spiral Abyss attempts, unfortunately. It's pretty bad. You may also see that during the Abyss runs, I don't hold my shield properly, and that's just because I don't want the cooldown to go from 6 seconds to 9 seconds. I don't have C4, unfortunately, so that's why. I also decided to slot in Zhongli, as he gives me a significant amount of interruption resistance and resistance shred that doesn't rely on swirl. For my other comps, the first rotation was fine. The problem was the second rotation. Often the enemy already had pyro-infused aura because of the fact that it was left over from either Bennett, Jean, or Nahida when I was using the Virgin comp, and because of that, I couldn't really get hydro swirls off, which meant that I couldn't get resistance down. So here's our final team comp. Candace, Zhongli, Xianling, Bennett. Rip Jean. I promise to utilize you properly in the future, I promise. So with a Hyper Bloom team slotted for the second half, I set off to defeat Chamber 1 and Floor 12. I had done it. Barely. Honestly, there was a major showing of skill issue given the amount of missed iframes. My excuse is I've had final projects for a good amount of time now, so forgive me for not knowing the attack patterns of the Consecrated Beasts that well. I know them a decent amount, but not enough to really adequately dodge them. So, next was Chamber 2. And I planned on using the exact same teams, albeit swapped, because Hyper Boom is going to be useful for the third chamber, because Dorito man. But Tars, you don't have an archer on this team. Who needs archers? Oh my god, we're in the circus. Last was Chamber 3. At this point, it was just a victory lap. Or so I thought.
Mind the deluge.
Our bond is strong. Committed to memory, the Temple of Wisdom.
Cascade.
Go, go, go! Everybody stand back! Booba, get them!
I will have order.
Hear my prayer! I'm going in!
This is order.
Let's light it up! Everybody stand! You're toast! Raise up your blessing! Ha! Do your worst!
Stabilize. I will have order.
I'm going in! Booba, get them! Let's light it up! Eat this! You! Hear my prayer!
Solidify. Order guide.
Everybody stand back! Flee! You're toast! You!
Quake. I will have order.
We shall prevail! Just a grace! Ha. Let's light it up! I'm going in! Nice and spicy! Flee! I have failed. I'm sorry.
It's okay, Candace. You didn't fail. We managed the 36-star Abyss. Somehow. I think it's pretty clear why people don't use this character. Her main niche, the Hydro Infusion, can't really be made use of, at least not given current characters and ICDs. She feels useful for like potential future aspects of the game, right? Similar to how Kuki was before Dendro's release. At least her damage was somewhat competitive with Shenling's though. Pretty sure Shenling still did more damage, but hey, what can you really do? I mean, we don't have a Pyro Shincho, so there's not really much of a choice, to be honest. I'm not coping with the fact I had to use Shenling. But anyway, thank you for watching, and check out some of my other videos while you're around.